and welcome to my channel. And yes, today is Sunday and I posted this. And who is she and why is she posting on Sunday? And if you don't know me, I usually post on Thursdays and I post bookish videos and gaming videos about anything that you would want, like reviews, recommendations, impressions, everything. And I decided that I would do kind of like cozy Sunday, maybe get to know me better type of series that would go for a relaxing Sunday. Whether we are reading a chapter together and drinking our favorite tea, whether I'm telling you what book I'm going to read the next week, and also what audiobook should I listen to in the next period, whether we are just going to play a level of our favorite game together and cozy up again with some hot chocolate, some tea, depending on your preference, of course, or maybe just coffee if you're drinking coffee really late at night, depending on where you're watching and when this video appears, which I think is going to be the same hour for my Thursday videos. And if you're new here, hey, the time is going to be as usual, okay? And I'm not going to do this series, whatever series that I'm doing on Sunday, and I think I'm going to alternate in between them so that it wouldn't feel repetitive or something for you. But what I'm going to do, it's going to be one Sunday in one video and the other week is going to be no video, only the Thursday regular video, and so on and so forth. But for those info, make sure to stay tuned in with the Instagram or at least with the community on YouTube, because I will post about that shortly whenever I'm doing or not, or I'm skipping or whatever. So this was like kind of an introduction of me and what I would want to do on Sunday. And now let's get into today's topic: what book I'm going to read and what audiobook I'm just going to listen to for the next week. Because I feel like sometimes I don't really give you guys a reading recap, and whenever you're like seeing the videos, it's either like a review or a recommendation of something that I read like months before, or at least a few weeks before. And I feel like today I just feeling like pulling out my phone. I'm just currently going to see what I'm going to continue reading with. So I saw the other day The Poisoned Daughter, recommended by Claire Holt. Yes, the Claire Holt, the Rebecca Michelson from The Vampire Diaries and the original, or Emma from H2O Add Water. And she read this book that it was called The Poisoned Daughter by Shayla Masterson. And she said that it's like really cool and it's like kind of a fantasy book that it's away from the fae and the dragons, and it's a girl that basically everyone who kisses dies. And I was like, oh my god. And it said like this: to avenge is divine. Every person Harlow Caronwell kisses dies immediately, and that's the way she likes it. And I was like, oh damn. I don't really feel like reading it. I feel like continuing the Throne of Glass. I read the Assassin's Blade like a month ago or something, close to a month, and then I'm about to finish the Throne of Glass. And yes, I read the Assassin's Blade first because it's prequel. It's marketed as a prequel. In the synopsis it says prequel. So whenever I'm getting hate on Book Talk or whenever platform I posted about it, and people are like telling me, if you don't read third, you're just going to have spoilers. How can I have spoilers from someone's backstory? It's her backstory. What spoiler do I have about what happened to Sam? What spoiler do I have? I didn't understand. For me, it said it was prequel in the synopsis. I was like, okay girl, I'm just listening to Madame Sarah J Maas. So I'm like finishing Throne of Glass and then going into the second book. I mean third book if you want to count the Assassin's Blade, which I don't really know how is it called. Crown of Midnight. I don't know why I'm like forgetting about Crown of Midnight. I know Queen of Shadows is the fourth book, but somehow in my mind Queen of Shadows is the second book, and I always forget the second book. So it's like Throne of Glass, Queen of Shadows, Heir of Fire, Queen of Shadows for me. Just yeah. And there is Empire of Storms, Tower of Dawn, and Kingdom of Ash. So I did a post on the subreddit that is pretty old by now. It's about saddest death of like characters in books or even movies, because some people told me about movies as well in games. Oh my god. And there were like a lot of people telling me that I should buckle up for Kingdom of Ash because there were like a lot of deaths and a lot of people that would die. And I'm like, sure, what I signed up for. The next week, for sure, I'm going to eyeball read, how you call it, and how some people call it on Book Talk. I'm just going to continue reading Throne of Glass with Crown of Midnight, the second book, and then I think I'm going to finish The Housemaid by Frida McFadden, because I listened to The Housemaid, the first Housemaid, and I really loved it. I loved it. I just couldn't focus at work because I needed to know what happened in those 2 hours. Oh my god, and the ending was brilliant. And I just love that it's only one narrator that makes up Cece, Enzo, Andrew, Nina, Millie. She makes 5 characters. Lauren Ashton, I just love. She's like amazing. And then we got into The Housemaid's Secret, which basically is not really a secret because we kind of knew her past, by now. But it was a secret for the other characters. How about that? Plot twist. And I don't really plan on listening to The Housemaid's Wedding because it was really pricey for no reason on Audible. So we're just going to read that probably in between, like after I'm finishing Throne of Glass and before I'm going into Crown of Midnight. I'm just going to read, like physically read, and not listen to The Housemaid's Wedding because it's like a novella of like 85 pages or something. Probably on Kindle, sure, it would be like close to 100 pages, but like less than that. And then we're going to go with the third and final book. I'm about to listen to third and final book The Housemaid is Watching because I'm really interested in that. I don't really know what it's about. I just force myself not to read the synopsis, and I don't really know what else do I have on my listening list, but I know for sure that it's 11 hours and I usually can listen around 2 hours, maybe less, and sometimes not even those 2 hours on the busy days at work. So this audiobook should be fine for at least 2 weeks, and thankfully we are not doing one of these videos the next week, so you wouldn't see me reporting back on how that did. But hey, I'm reporting back on Instagram stories. That's it. But other than that, I just hope you're having an amazing Sunday. Just hope you're having an amazing rest of the week, and also starting strong the next week, and see you on Thursdays and the next Sunday when I will be posting. Until then, happy reading!